This is the Wrestling Conscious Podcast. We're gonna suplex some common sense in these wrestling streets. Hold on. I know you've been watching. Please give a sub. Please comment. It really helps. We are growing and growing. I want to get to 100 at least in the next couple of weeks. And then we get to the millions and millions. Anyway, let's talk about Raw. Raw wasn't bad. It wasn't bad at all. So let's look at CM Punk. And he comes in with his promo. You know the stick, what he's going to do. CM Punk wants what he always wanted. He wants the title and main event WrestleMania. We know that for years. Then Seth Rollins comes. He wants CM Punk, but CM Punk doesn't want Seth Rollins, but Seth Rollins wants CM Punk. And Seth Rollins sucker punches him. And then they start brawling out of nowhere. And then the lackeys, Jey Uso and Sami, comes to CM Punk aid. Now, let me just put it right here. What's happening to Sami and what's happening to Jey? They're looking weak. I just feel a bit annoyed because I invested so much into the Jey Uso character. I really want him to be a main event. And they just make him into an undercard status, a big pink wearing lackey. Seth insults Jey Uso and then he takes it back like, oh no, I'm not taking it away from Jey Uso, trying to, defend the face, trying to be a good baby face. But I've just noticed like Seth Rollins is an in-betweener. It's really hard to get a really good heel and a really good baby face that everyone can get behind. But anyway, so Seth says, oh no, I'm taking it back because Jey Uso is family, so I get it. But then he goes to Sami Zayn, what's your excuse? The crowd is behind Sami Uso now, or Sami Zayn. And then Seth Rollins has to redirect, like, oh yeah, okay, don't worry, all that kind of stuff. And I'm just like, oh God, just stand on what you say, Seth. If you really believe what you say, you stand on it. Don't always backpedal. Sami went into his acting soap opera bag and says he didn't want CM Punk to join the team and wanted Roman Reigns. This is just this segment went on for too long, bro. It went on too long. I like you, but you didn't enjoy my gang, so I had to go with someone else. And anyway, at the end of the day, Sami Zayn couldn't find anyone to join the Bloodline and doesn't have any stroke around the roster, so I don't know what's happening. Then Seth tried to do his dramatic pause and bad acting and looking like he's in despair, and then they go off and do their own thing. It was a mess. I did not like that segment. It was too long and too soap opera for me. Then backstage, Judgment Day squabbles. Liv Morgan questioned the leader Finn Balor, going after Damon Priest because we know that we're bored of it. But anyway, we're sensing a breakup. I hope the breakup happens soon with all of the Judgment Day. I think they want to call themselves Street Trash. Let's let them call themselves Street Trash because that's what they are. Then we come to Liv Morgan and Raquel Rodriguez. The commentators in this match are putting over Io Sky and that trash can. I'm sure Io Sky is more than that trash can. Give the girl her props more than the trash can. She's more than a trash can. She is a, elite women wrestler. Raquel Rodriguez wins clear against Damage Control with a boot in the face. And I'm saying Raquel is actually a decent wrestler, I didn't realise it's just the way how they booking. So when I'm thinking about the wrestlers and having a go at them, I'm like, actually, I think it's the booking. I think to get to WWE, especially to that level, everyone must have a certain amount of competency. It's just the way how they've been booked, to be honest. And I really hope that she does, she thrives. But when I see later on in the show, she's having a match with Rhea Ripley and her, and I'm thinking, why can't this be PLE worthy? Why can't Raquel and Rhea have it? Either because they're similar size, book Raquel to be strong, but it is what it is. They're trying to make Rhea Ripley super strong. Who's Rhea gonna battle? Apart from, I'm thinking Charlotte and Becky Lynch, who's gonna have a good feud with her? Rhea Ripley, could you book her too strong? Anyway, anyhow, we go to Finn Balor backstage talking to Gunther. Finn Balor wants his title match. Gunther says he doesn't want it doesn't owe him anything, doesn't want anything. Gunther says Dominic won over Damien Priest, and then Gunther said, I've got a bit of stroke around here because I'm a champion, I'm going to ask for a match. If you're champion, you just demand the match. You don't have to ask. Most of the undercard, some people just have matches next without even asking the GM. I just think this asking the GM, make it official, it's just convoluted. Just get rid of it. And he doesn't talk like a champion. We'll touch on it later. And then Dakota Kai and Shayna Baszler come in, and then Katana Chance comes in. Hey girl, haven't seen you in 10 years. Anyway, the commentators, what I noticed in this match, are burying Katana Chance. She says she has a lack of experience. It's her first singles match, first triple threat singles match. I think Wade Barrett called it a diminutive individual. She doesn't have much strength. And when I saw her that, I was like, you make me less invested in the match. Because I thought, okay, we know Dakota Kai was going to have the edge to win, but I thought it would have been a nice surprise to have Katana Chance, just to, build her up, build up the roster, than her just being seen as a complete, jobber. And I just thought that was really, really bad, how they really was just burying Katana Chance, not even giving her a chance. Anyhow, we go to Kofi and Xavier Woods coming separately to the ring. New day. And I was waiting for the heel turn. When is Kofi going to turn on Xavier, and Xavier's going to turn on Kofi? That didn't happen. I think there was teasing the breakup, and then Big E came and gave all this impassionedness. And then every time Big E said something, two words, and then he breathed, and then he was pretending to cry, and then he gave fake emotion, and I'm just like, come on, Big E, where is this going? Kofi and Xavier was turning on Big E, saying that they left him, but like Big E said, like he broke his neck, and then Xavier's like, I came back after a tore ACL or something wrong with my foot, and I came back in 9 months, so you have no excuse. But I'm like, Big E has been around, and you've done backstage stuff with Big E before. Like I saw in the PLE that you was chatting to Big E in WWE headquarters. So I'm just thinking, I'm not buying this excuse for turning on Big E. But anyway, you're breaking Big E's heart, and you're breaking the audience heart. But this is interesting because it was not a typical turn. The turn is keep on turning, and I'm very interested in where this comes next, or who knows. We hoping, who knows. I think Big E is cleared already. That's what I'm thinking. If it is, that'd be lovely. But I'm interested to see where this saga going. I feel like this is like an anime kind of thing, where there's just the twists and turns keep on going, but it's not as predictable. So I am intrigued, but don't stretch it till WrestleMania. Unless something big is going to happen, don't stretch it to WrestleMania, because I don't know if it can last. Stretch it till probably the end of the year, literally, before you get on Netflix. Then we see the Karrion Kross video package saying, oh my god, something happens to his wife and now he's got vengeance against Wyatt 6. I see later down the line that the Final Testament and Wyatt 6 is going to have an 8 tag team match. Why can't this be on PLE or something? They've been building this forever. And why they position it on Raw? This is just silly. Anyway, let me move on. Then Pete Dunne, aka Butch, and R-Truth. It's a throwaway match. Do not care about it. I think there's surprise roll-ups. The surprise roll-ups will just keep on coming, which is very insulting to the audience. Jey Uso's getting attacked backstage. I think Triple H must have said, oh, the Jade Cargill thing had a big internet stir. Let's think about Jey Uso getting attacked. Let's have a male version of this. I'm just like, wow, very creative Triple H. I just want to say RIP to Pete Dunne, because I think his career, they're just not using him. He's decent. He can be have a good mid-carder run, and they're not doing it. He could go with Chad Gable or something, and I really put really good matches, but it is what it is. Then backstage is Braun Breaker and Liquid Kaiser. As always, Kaiser is shown as a legitimate mid-carder and could potentially, I could see him be a world heavyweight champion. Maybe this is where the Kaiser and Gunther thing, they might break up. I could see that in WrestleMania. Anyway, so Kaiser does a good promo saying that he needs to do what he needs to accomplish with Sheamus, and Braun Breaker said Luke needs to come out of Gunther's shadow and hurry up because Gunther's stock has dropped, which it has dropped, to be fair. I'm glad that they noticed that you're making Gunther look such a weak champion and the championships do not matter anymore. Anyway, Kaiser, I'm just praying for Kaiser. I might do a video about for Kaiser just to be a really good champion. I'm predicting it. I'm saying it here. Then another backstage segment of Adam Pearce and Finn Balor. Finn is being annoying, asking about a title match. And I don't even know. I can't remember what happened because it was just so uneventful. Here we are for the main event. So, just before that, Sami Zayn talked to Adam Pearce and thinking that he knows who hit Jey Uso. When did Sami Zayn and Jey Uso become lovers? Like, I just can't believe like Sami Zayn has this chip on his shoulder and it's being like Jay's like little cheerleader and everything, like a brother. And I'm just like, I don't know. Maybe Sami Zayn just wants airtime. Sam said, "F everyone's getting airtime. I'll just go along with this stupid story." Anyway, the main event is Sami Zayn and Seth Rollins. Why? Why does this two faces? Why is this happening? Why are you fighting? Who do we root for? I think I need to do another video about this, about how WWE or wrestling, even Triple H, is ruining kind of wrestling lore, like all of the traditions and what we used to. And I'm not saying you can't put a spin on things, make things different, but there's just certain things like kayfabe, there is face, there is heels, how you work the crowd, having a gimmick, how you position people on the card, how you use the championship as a prop to drive, stories and to drive and build, characters. I think everything's getting messed up, and the hierarchy of the card and how people are positioned is just, Triple H is ruining it, and I don't know what's going to replace it, the new system. Then there's this soap opera going back and forth about should Sami hit Seth Rollins with the chair, and then he says no, then he turns around, and then there's a surprise roll up again, a weak surprise roll up, and then Seth Rollins wins, and after that, when Seth Rollins wins, Sami Zayn's in the ring looking like a muppet, and then Drew McIntyre comes and kicks Sami the Claymore, and that's that. So let's have a summary. It wasn't bad, but it wasn't great. Give it 4 out of 10. The only thing what saved this show is New Day's storyline and Drew McIntyre at the end. Everything was pure meh. Now I've been building up to the I don't even know what Saturday night is, just pretend that doesn't exist. I don't know what's happening, but as we're building up to the end of Netflix, I don't know what's going to happen. I don't know. I can't see the direction. There've been so much repeats and reruns since WrestleMania. I think the kickoff of WrestleMania is supposed to start from Survivor Series. I'm not seeing anything. So we shall see. This is the Wrestling Conscious channel, where we suplex on common sense and we redefine and really look at the modern day wrestling era. Please subscribe, please give comments. It really helps the channels. We're growing. Please help us reach our destiny and making sure that we get 100 subscribers by the end of the year. That is the goal, and then we can go on to the millions and millions. All right, thank you so much for listening.